Welcome to Unleash Your Inner Badass. And here we have Kat Krasilnikov and Fran Lobster. And today we're going to talk about what I call the most overlooked and under talked, if you can say it that way, dream killer. Like, we all have dreams, but what is it actually that kills those dreams before they even arise in our head, right? So, it's very interesting topic, and yeah, I'm gonna give it all to you, Fran, for now because you have great references and experience about it. So let's get going.
Let's start like this. We all have big dreams, or most of us have huge dreams and goals. Okay. You know, dreams of a bigger, brighter, better future, dreams of, you know, bigger, brighter, bigger everything. Okay. But the problem most of us face is that we don't actually know how to get from where we are now to achieve that goal.
Can I stop
And
you for just a tiny little bit?
yes, I knew you were going to.
As soon as you said most of us have big, huge dreams, I'm like, okay, I have something to say. I think the problem starts here. People stop dreaming big. People stop making big, audacious goals because what you
Yeah,
just said,
maybe.
we don't know how it's going to happen.
But I think so. Personally, I think going back, if you had to go back 20, 30, 40 years, for me, 20 years for you, maybe 10 years for other people, but I'm old. But if you had to go back many, many years, you may have had big, hairy, audacious goals, like big goals, dreaming of a big, bright future, you know, it- whatever that future looked like. And then most of us don't know how to get there. And we think that we just need to work harder, do more, you know, find the right things. Okay, if I just do more of this, if I just keep working harder, if I just keep taking more action, if I literally just grind and grind and grind, I'm going to get there. And we don't get there. And so then a lot of us stop dreaming. A lot of us stop dreaming of that big goal, of that big dream, of that big life because we've given up on our dreams, we've given up on our goals because we've tried before and we didn't get there. So I think maybe that is more. Does that feel like more? It's more accurate for you, Kat?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely like we don't dream because we know that we failed in the past.
Yeah.
So that's familiar. Most likely we will fail again, right? So why should I try again and deal with all the emotion and struggle, right?
Yeah.
We don't even go back there and dig into the same emotions of failure. And so that's another reason, because it hasn't happened to us in the past, we don't believe it can happen in the future. That's another reason most of us just stop dreaming, because what's the point, right? It's a waste of time. Let me just go do my job and come back home and watch some Netflix and the day's over, thank God.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, you've maybe gone after this big goal and other your peers, other people around you have um seen you as different, as seen you as stepping out of the norm, and have maybe mocked you, criticized you, minimalized your dream, minimalized your goals, and so you've stopped thinking big and you've started thinking small. You stopped thinking, that anything is possible, and just started thinking, okay, well, I'll just stay in my box and I'll just keep going. And I was never meant to be successful. I was never meant to have that dream life. I was never meant to have the time freedom. I was never meant to have more money in my bank than I could ever know what to do with. I was never meant to um, do any of the things that I wanted to. That as a child you could. As a child, you could achieve anything. But We are
I
so
think one of the main reasons I want to keep doing these podcasts, no matter what topic we're talking about, I want to get people to dream again
yeah.
because this is the first step to
Mhm.
a better life. And if you have a dream, right, it will come back to you, even if you shove it back into, the depth of your closets or whatever, or you never want to think about it again. I don't know, for various reasons. It will keep coming back to you because that's what your soul wants.
Yeah. You've
If you
just repressed it.
desire something, if you dream about something, that's what your soul wants. And if you keep ignoring what your soul wants, eventually it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And then you'll be like, you're going to hit rock bottom and you will be trying to get up, right? Just because you ignored that dream. So I want to keep talking about whatever we're talking about here just to get people back to dreaming because that's first impulse, right? That I want something different than what I have now. And why not?
Mhm.
Right? And what we talk about here, what we're going to get to is you don't need to know how it's going to happen. And that's probably the biggest struggle of all the humans too, because our brain needs explanation. Our brain needs validation. Well, a how that's gonna, and it only gonna let you believe that your dream's gonna happen if it logically knows in your brain what are the steps you need to take, what are the things you need to do, right? Only then it's going to believe for you, your beautiful mind, that is ever possible for you to achieve. But this is the biggest hurdle, the biggest roadblock that very easily can be overcome. And that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah, and it is not how can I get there? How can I, be successful? How can I do whatever that goal is that you want to achieve? But the key is, can I spill the beans? Who? It's not how. It's who can help me get there. Okay? Who has the knowledge? Who has the skills? Who is better than me at this? Who can get me there? And this applies in your entire life. Because even if, for example, and I've kind of gone ahead like 10 steps, but I just had a thought. Um, for example, when our mind is so busy thinking of all the things that we have to do every single day, I've got to get up, I've got to do the washing, I've got to go shopping, I've got to, cook food, I've got to clean the house, I've got to iron clothes, I've got to go to my job, I've got to fetch the kids from school, I've got to help them with their homework, I've got to do all these things. Your mind is so busy with all the things that you actually can't think of and be inspired by the things that the things that are going to get you to your dream, the things that are going to get you to your goal, because your head is too busy and full of all the other shit in your life, for want of another better.
I'm glad that you
Seriously,
I'm glad that you named it that way.
it is.
It's like there is a certain I don't even know hamster wheel of thoughts
Yeah,
going on in our head day in and day out.
yeah,
There's no room for anything else.
yeah, yeah.
So what do we do with
So
that?
yeah, so even starting off at home, if you can get somebody to help you to clean your house, to do your shopping, okay, to maybe take the kids to school and fetch them from school, to do those things, to give your brain and your mind space to think.
Actually, it's so funny that you mention it. I'm a part of a mentorship program. Like I'm learning for myself some things, right? So the conversation yesterday was going around spaces. And I'm like, what? When I heard it, I was like, oh, are they going to talk about space, like the universe and stuff? No, the conversation was about space around you.
Yeah.
Like if you have clutter in your house and you're looking at it every day, it's triggering the clutter in your brain, right?
Hmm.
So make your space. It's like, especially the space that you spend the most time in. For women, it's usually kitchen, office, and the bedroom, right? So make the space uncluttered. We have
Yeah.
so much stuff. Like I was going yesterday through my closet. There's bags and bags of stuff that can be like taken away, and I wouldn't even notice that it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Simple step like this, unclutter your space, will unclutter your mind.
Yeah. 100%. So, if you think about that just in your home and how that can create that space to think about in your business. If or if you are working on something and you're working so hard and you're trying so hard and you keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying and you're thinking, I when am I ever going to get there? All right. But if you had to find somebody who is better than you, who number one loves that, so like it's firstly voicing what it is that you want. Okay, what is it that you want help with? All right. So whether it's in your home, whether it's in your business, whether whatever, wherever it is, what is it that you want help with? Okay, what exactly does that look like, and why do you want it? What does that vision look like? So that the person who is right for that, the person who actually wants to do that, because there are people out there who love doing that, who love cleaning your house, but also maybe love, automating your business, maybe love, um, doing all the mundane things in your business that are taking up time, like, all the copywriting and whatever it is that in your business, or maybe it is actually hiring a CEO, okay, who is better at doing your business than you are, because maybe you have this big vision for your business, but you've never run a multi-million dollar business in your life before, and you don't actually know how to run it, and you need somebody who has that experience who can run it for you. So it's bringing in the people who, okay, it's not how am I going to get there, but who is it who can come in and take these things off my plate, okay, so that not only it's actually going to accelerate the growth of your company. It's going to accelerate the growth of your business. It's going to fast track everything because they know how. They know how to do it. Okay. And they're going to get you there faster with less stress. Okay. With less. So often what you find yourself doing is like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And so you end up procrastinating because you don't know how, and you're putting off doing the things that you know you should be doing in your business, but you don't feel competent to do it.
I want to give a cool example. When we just started our business, even before we formed Beach Bus Influencers, we were doing the same things, but individually, all five of us. And we were doing everything ourselves.
Yeah.
We were our own copywriter, funnel builder, posting on social media, coming up with content. It's
Running
like
out ads.
like each one of us had 20 jobs that
Yeah.
we were willing to do ourselves, first because we didn't have the resources to hire someone. There was not enough money in the business to eat, not even to hire someone, right? So that's probably one of the problems why many people, oh, I'll do it myself. I learned this myself. But the price that we paid by doing it all ourselves, it's a slow.
Yeah.
I was gonna in the beginning I was gonna say growth, but it actually was slow death.
Yeah.
It's a slow death of the business. So
Yeah.
when we stepped into a different way of thinking, a different way of operating, it's almost like when you want to transform your life, transform your business, you need to transform your way of thinking.
Hmm.
And when we started implementing who, not how, and hiring people who can do that job better than we did. That's when our business, I don't know how many times X, went up in 1 year. I think it was like 1,000% growth, or even
Yeah.
6,000% growth
Yeah.
in 1 year when we implemented that one principle: who, not how. And it's scary
Yeah.
because internal transformation has to happen first. When you realize I'm actually killing my business by trying to grow it myself all alone because I don't have the money to hire people, or I don't have the power, or whatever, right? I'm just one person. So how did we do it actually? How did we find the money? How did we made that first step? Who was the first person that we hired?
I can't remember. Was it
I think the first person
Ben
that we hired, it was
or was it
virtual
Chris?
assistant to post all the social media content.
Yeah. Was that before Chris and Ben came on board? I can't remember.
No, technical stuff was
Tech.
first.
Yeah.
Tech. We
Tech.
were so overwhelmed by tech, and we were scared to break things. We were
Yeah.
scared to build new things, although we sort of knew how to do it. But as
Yeah.
soon as we found someone to take care of tech, it's almost kind of like I felt like we had a set of
It's
wings.
like a weight lifted
Like,
off our shoulders. Yeah.
oh, we can build funnels
Yeah.
600 times faster
Yeah.
now and whatever.
And I want to add in here because you may be thinking, well, I can't afford that cost. Okay. But when you think of it, okay, when you transform your thinking from this is a cost to me, as opposed to this is an investment in me. Is an investment in my business. Okay. And you start thinking transformational thinking like this, and like instead of transactional thinking, like I'm going to pay this, and I've got to this cost. I'm going to invest in my business, my future, my dream, my goals, and that's the who. That's the first who is going to get me there. And literally,
And we
yeah,
actually gave these amazing people the ownership, the share
yeah,
of our company. And
yeah,
although it was a scary decision, but we couldn't afford to pay for the services, so we had to pay with something, like, right? So, and it was one of the best decisions actually,
yeah,
because without these two people that we added to our company, Ben and Chris, we wouldn't be able to move past certain barriers, right? And we wouldn't be able to grow a lot faster. So sometimes you have to give shares of your company to the right people, right? And
yeah,
that was the first step
yeah,
in that direction.
yeah. And then I remember hiring a VA
That
and
was the
thinking,
second.
why the hell didn't I do this years ago?
Yeah.
Because honestly, the the weight that was then lifted off my shoulders was somebody who's just like, okay, it was like I could breathe. I could finally breathe because we were still all, doing everything. We were still posting and doing all the shit. Okay. And it was
So
exhausting. And it
step
was
number,
leading and it was yeah, carry on.
so
Like we were all so close to burnout.
yeah. So step number
Yeah.
one, identify the task that you like dreading the most, that
Yeah.
sucks not only your time but also energy. For some people it's copywriting, for some people it's building funnels, for some people it's coming up with the content ideas, or even actually, I don't know, editing or whatever. Identify those tasks and find someone who loves doing it, who
Mm.
has the ideas, who has the ability, who has the time, and pay that person and pay them well.
Yeah, and if right now you think, well, I don't have I like how am I going to pay them? I get a loan. Get a loan. It's a
There's
tax
so many
write-off.
people out there who will do it for a fraction
Yeah.
of the cost that you think it's
And
gonna
also,
cost you.
yeah. And when you think, you know, actually ask yourself, how can I find the person? Put it out to the universe.
Sometimes you can
Or
trade the
yeah,
services. If you don't
yeah,
have the money, trade the
yeah,
services. You can pay with time, you can pay with whatever, right? It doesn't you don't have to pay with money.
yeah.
So be resourceful. And if you say I can't or you say I can,
You're
there's
closing.
actually very thin
Yeah,
line in between. And
yeah,
you're the one who put this line.
yeah,
So take it off. Uh,
yeah,
ask
yeah,
yourself, how can I? And go
yeah.
from there.
And I would find the things that you're procrastinating doing. So find the things that you're putting off doing because you don't like doing it, you don't have the confidence to do it, whatever it is. And procrastination there can become your superpower, okay? If you become aware of it, if you become aware that I'm procrastinating because I hate doing this or I'm just not good at this, okay? Being aware, like I'm not, I'm really, this is not what I'm made to do. This is not what I'm cut out to do. I don't have the skills to do this. And because procrastination will either destroy you or it can become almost like a superpower, thinking, okay, I'm going to this is identifying what it is and then thinking, okay, who is the person who can help me with this thing? Because if you turn it around and you listen to the procrastination and what it's telling you, then you can you will find the person, and that is probably the thing that you need help with first,
And guess
whatever it
what?
is.
Sometimes it's not even who, sometimes it's what can
Yeah,
help me, right?
yeah,
Right now, there's so many resources and technology. And I have a cool example. I was looking for the who help me to take long videos because when I start talking, I can talk for freaking 40 minutes nonstop. I get carried away. And I have so many of these long videos that I can't put it on social media. Who's going to watch a 40-minute video, right? I was putting out into the universe, I want to find the who can take my long video and cut it into short clips that I can put on, all the social media platforms. And what was slowing me down is the who part. I was looking for the who when I was scrolling through the reels and I found AI software that can do that task in 3 minutes. So that's not even the who, it's what. You just put the desire out and let the universe figure out how it's going to happen. It might be not even a who. And I
yeah,
paid for the service probably what I spend in Walmart in 20 minutes for a year of that service.
yeah.
See? And if I told myself, "Oh, I can't afford another social media assistance or have another person work for me 40 hours a week," that idea would be gone. That's it. And no one will see my videos out there
You're
on social
genius.
media.
You're
No one would
genius.
see them because they would be buried in my computer in 40-minute format.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. And I want to finish this conversation by saying one of my favorite phrases. If you have a dream, can you commit to the destination without seeing the entire path?
Mhm.
And that's what faith is about.
Yeah.
That's what it all starts with. If you have a faith that you're worthy of the dream, that it's actually going to happen to you sooner or later, the path, the how, will reveal itself
Yeah.
in the process.
Mhm.
And 90% of the time, it's not, would be not how you imagine it to happen.
It
It would
never
be
happens.
totally different. So don't get hung up on the how, right? Although you have an idea, let it go, let go of that control, and let the magic of unknown, the magic of creation, the magic of your brilliant idea and your wildest dream take control over your mind and show you what actually can happen.
I can't say it better than that. And then I think it's actually telling God, the universe, surprise me, show me,
It's my favorite phrase.
just surprise me.
Surprise me. when
What?
people when people ask me, what do you want for your birthday or whatever, what do you want, where do
Surprise
you want to
me.
go out to eat, I'm like, surprise me.
Yeah, yeah. Because it'll never happen the way you expect it to happen, or the way that you think it's going to happen, or the way that you had planned it to happen. And so if you open your mind and you open up possibilities, okay, it will
Tell
happen
the
however
universe
it's,
to surprise you
yeah,
and deliver the best who's or what's or how's.
in the
And
very
you,
best possible way.
yes.
It's just, yeah,
Ah, I have goosebumps.
yeah. I literally have goosebumps. Yeah.
So before we wrap it up, this conversation, let us know what stuck with you today from
Mhm.
this conversation. What aha moments you got. And we actually have for you a very cool free training. I don't even want to call it a training. It's like putting it in the box. It's some sort of mine and friends gift to you where
Yeah.
we give you our own personal money magnet blueprint. We basically share our own way how we can make money out of thin air.
Out of thin air
Out of dirt
while having fun.
while having fun. So if you want to get access to Money Magnet Blueprint, you can comment magnet and our brilliant assistants. See
Yeah.
how we didn't say we're gonna give it to you. I even have no idea where that magnet is.
Somewhere.
But there's a brilliant person who does. They will send it to you.
Yeah. So I would like to hear, what, as Kat said, what was your biggest takeaway? What stuck with you? But also, what would you like us to talk about? Let us know what you would like to hear from us, what you would like us to discuss, what you would like us to talk about, and we will talk about it. We will discuss it. Because we'd much rather hear from you what you want to hear and what you want help with than us just deciding whatever we want to talk about.
Although
So
it's fun too.
that's fun too. Yeah.
It's fun.
So we will see you on the next
Next
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
Bye.